Hi everybody, I wanted to wait for the light to be right so that you could see the flame mahogany on this desk. This is a secretary desk in the Charles X style from about 1830. Now this is one that I've been looking for a long time because it's a particular variety of Charles X furniture which is Neo-Gothic, meaning that the decor, like the pointed arches and these thin pilasters, remind us of the thin pillars that stretch up to the ceiling in a Gothic cathedral. So this is a fine example of the 19th century's affinity for Catholic art in the bygone days of lords and ladies. And it's just not the type of Charles X furniture that you really see every day. Not that you see Charles X furniture every day anyway, but when you do, it usually isn't in this rare and romantic style. So, jumping right into it, this is a Salon Secretary, which means that it is of a decorative caliber that would have been appropriate for the salon or a main room in the house, as opposed to other, perhaps less decorative, less impressive secretaries, which would have been more appropriate in a bedroom or in the office. Now, beyond this, a secretary to begin with is a personal and very intimate piece of furniture, and for this reason they tend to be finer relative to other pieces, simple storage pieces, for example. Now, this was really the chest or the vault of one's personal correspondences. So when you move to access the fall front, a hefty locking mechanism disengages, giving you access to what is called the theater. Now this is an inner gallery, but it is rather dramatic, and so it's called the theater. Inside you have a shelf for books and several English drawers, one of which leads me to the point that secretary is really derived from the word secret or secretary, because these pieces are known for the secret compartments that are hidden within them. So if you remove this drawer and you press a button, being very careful not to allow the spring-loaded secret to fly out and burst on the floor, there you have it, a spring-loaded secret drawer. Now there are several other secret compartments, but if I show them to you, they would not be secret anymore. So the piece itself does confuse me a little because on one end, it has a white Carrara marble. It's absolutely stunning. It bears the traits of the highest quality pieces made at the time, but on another, it's lacking a few of the things that I would associate with a typical secretary of this quality. For instance, there is no counterbalance which automatically lifts this up. There isn't a mirror inside. And then the white Carrara marble, which was one of the more expensive choices at the time, and which is also most fitting for this type of furniture. There is no gorge running across here. Typically there were one or two lines which would denote the caliber of a piece. This one is devoid of all of those lines, so your guess is as good as mine. But when it comes to Neo-Gothic Charles X pieces, there aren't but one or two that trade hands on the international market every 24 or 36 months. So it's really hard to really get your bearings in terms of what's normal for such an atypical type of piece. So if we close the desk, I'll make one final remark just about the Charles X style in general, which is remembered for the exquisite perfection with which the inlays and the overall piece was executed. You can see here that this flame mahogany was so artfully displayed, seamlessly displayed, that if it weren't for these expertly inlaid fillets of Hollywood, we might have to wonder if the front wasn't just a contiguous, undivided piece. Now, the Charles X style comes about right at sort of a crux in furniture history, where the world was industrializing. So tools and techniques had advanced such that makers could handcraft these pieces with more precision and excellence than was ever before possible. Shortly after this period, those advancements in tools and techniques reach a point such that furniture becomes more of a product of the assembly line, which imitates art rather than art itself. So with all that being said, I hope that you've enjoyed a tour of this very eccentric piece, certainly one of the most interesting secretary desks that I have ever found, and thank you for your time.